Welcome back to the Reprioritizing Self series channel where we discuss tips, strategies, and the real ish that comes with reprioritizing ourselves in this society. Y'all already know we are talking to the folks who do a great job of putting everybody around them, above them, in front of them. Their needs are taken care of. But when we get to us, not too much there. So we're talking to you. If that is you, this is your channel. Welcome. We're here to take care of you. We've learned a few things and we want to share a few things. And we're also still learning. We're never not learning. I'm Kiara. I'm a healer and trauma healing coach.
And I'm Larisha. I'm a counselor, wellness facilitator, and founder of Wellness Brand with Love LC. And we are your co-hosts. Yay! So make sure you stick around to the end. So this episode, we're going to be sharing some crystals, affirmations, a journal reflection question to support you on your healing journey. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification icon, and smash the like button.
Yes, y'all. So if you've been here before, then you know how this goes. We always start with a check-in question because, again, this is about reprioritizing ourselves. So we want to know how we doing, what's going on. So our check-in question for today is, how are you practicing intentional care for your physical body? Larisha, what you doing?
So for me, what I've been doing to practice intentional care, I've recently, right at the end of the last year, around October, November, I was feeling just like heaviness in my body. And so I really wanted to realign with a physical routine, so working out. And so I signed up for CrossFit. I signed up. So I had a lot of resistance against like weightlifting because I used to do it like 4 or 5 years ago, and then I just felt like I was doing too much. So it was a whole bunch of like internal barriers that I had created for myself. And so since then I've been pretty consistent. I'm a 5 a.m. girly, y'all. So I'm feeling really good about that. So that's what I've been doing to move my physical body and drinking my water, minding my business.
Come on. We are a chronically dehydrated community, okay? Yes, that water is so important. I feel you. That's the same, honestly, like just piggybacking off of that. Water, it's really been all about what I'm putting into my body for me that I've been trying to be much more intentional with. So I, stopped eating out. I've really have had, I think, one or two meals out since setting this intention. And I feel a complete difference in how my body is feeling every day, how it's processing foods, the energy I'm getting from things. And I also have been trying to be much more plant-based, where if anybody knows me, I have been that person who's been like, I don't think I could ever be a vegan or like leave these certain things behind. But more and more, I'm like, y'all just messing with the foods and messing with everything, that I just need to be eating the plants and the things that nourish me. So I've been really trying to be intentional about what I'm putting into my body and making sure that I'm drinking much more water than I did before. And I've had an intentional tea practice that I started also probably mid-year last year. And was like, I really want to be getting it. Y'all know I'm studying my herbs, really want to be getting into having a regular practice of consuming the herbs and the plants and learning about those through that. And so the tea practice has also been really helpful in getting that water as well.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love some tea. And I love that you also mentioned being conscious of our nutrients. Yeah. And I've also dibbled and dabbled in all the things, the plant-based, the alkaline, the vegetarian, vegan. And so what I've come to a conclusion is that I made this up, ingredient conscious.
Ooh, I like that.
Anything, because it feels more like just like not confined to
Yes.
certain thing, but again, prioritizing plants and whole foods and looking at the ingredients. I can go on a whole rampage, y'all, about ingredients and things. But I'm gonna spare y'all.
Table that. That's another
table
episode.
that.
Table that.
Table that. But no, I love that you mentioned that intentionality around what we're putting into our bodies.
Yes, I'm sure it's been something for you with CrossFit. I know that's no games to be energized to go in there and throw weights around, especially at 5 a.m. So,
Yeah. So y'all, welcome so much. We're so excited that you're here. So much excitement. Today we're talking all about intention. So if you caught our first episode of season 4, you know this season we're talking all about the 4 elements, leaning in with earth, water, fire, and air. And if you didn't catch it, what you want to do right now is pause this video and go back to episode 1 of season 4. Okay? Because today we're deep diving into our first element, earth. So the earth invites us to lay our foundation and set intentions. Mama Earth is all around us, surrounding us, holding us. She is the foundation we walk on each day. Sometimes we don't be appreciating Mama Earth, but she holds us and keeps things moving, and we can learn so much about her and about ourselves. It teaches us, being in tune with Mother Earth really teaches us a lot about our own selves and how we show up and how we set the solid foundation for what we desire in our lives. So let's get into it, y'all. Okay, so my first question for you here is, what comes up to you when you hear the word intention? Because I know we've been throwing it around a lot. So what comes up for you?
It's so funny. I think the first thing that came up is like, oh, I use it so frequently. I don't know how many times already in this episode that we've said an intention, or I've had an intention of this and that. But I feel very present for me in my everyday life. And I think for a lot of us too, it is present, even if we're not consciously saying, hey, I'm setting this intention, right? When we wake up in the morning, we know we got to go to work or do whatever the things are. And that intention is set. My intention is I'm going to work. My intention is I'm going to be taking care of my family. My intention is I need to get out and move my body, whatever it is, right? So I would say the things that come up for me is plan, a purpose, a course of action of some sort, right, to get me there. But really saying, hey, this is something that I'm focused on. It's bringing that awareness into an intended goal, if I can use the word in the in the definition as well. So that's what comes up for me with intention. I think that it can be, so many different things, and it can be for so many different reasons. And so there's no reason that we have to narrow ourselves, from here. So I think that having that plan, having that, okay, this is something that I'm focused on, can help us with setting the intention.
I love that. I love that you centered intention around partially goal setting and then put in the action with it. And so yeah, I just love what you said there.
Yeah. So I mean, we know a little bit about like what an intention is. So for you, Larisha, like what intentions are you setting this season? What are you calling in, or what are you releasing right now?
Ooh, this is a big question.
I know.
Wow. Intention. Well, first of all, prioritizing myself, prioritizing my well-being, and really being clear in what I want for myself, and also allowing that to change. I think historically, I would get really rigid in my day-to-day. So I'm trying to balance both flexibility and being goal oriented. So my intention is joy, leaning into joy and creating space for that and naming it. We talked a little bit about this the previous episode, but really being leaning into naming when I'm in joy and leaning into naming when I'm in happiness, because some resistance can come up from that. So that's one of my intentions this season. And what I'm calling in, what I'm releasing. So calling in that joy frequency, calling in fun and pleasure, all the yummy things, and just releasing. I've been releasing criticality, reminding myself to release that criticality of like I am into the details, okay? So that is very helpful in some aspects, like professionally or like organizationally wise. But then turning inward, it can be really harmful. So really releasing that criticality or in that rigidity around what things have to look like or what things have to show up as, and that in myself. So that's what this season is giving for me.
Yes. I love the pleasure and the joy because it's starting to feel like the fire element a little bit. Y'all just stay tuned for that. But that's gonna be good. But I hear you about the rigidity so much. I feel like that kind of holds us back in so many ways, that like again being in a place of flow and knowing that while being critical and being being on the details of things can be really important and helpful, sometimes when it comes to ourselves, it's harmful. And I love just the reflection on what is helpful, what is harmful right now for you, and what do you want more of and less of. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes, of course. So that brings us to, what tips and strategies help you, Kiara, to stay aligned in intention and action?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because like when we set the intention, we want to get there, or whatever the thing is, we want to be able to move in that direction. So I think for me it's really just like going back to the basics, making sure I'm clear about what the intention is that I have. It's easy to say, okay, I set this intention, and then you turn around and it's been weeks since you thought about it or even reflected on it. So just having a regular practice of reminding myself of what my intentions are and why I set those for myself, what I'm looking for to getting out of that. I think also to thinking about ways that I can align with other people who might have similar intentions, that community care, like doing it in community. I feel like that can be really helpful for us to stay on our path to that intention. Having accountability, having support, having somebody that you can be like, hey, this was really rough today, I didn't get to it, and being non-judgmental of ourselves, right? There's so much, again, the criticality is so real in many, many, many of us that we can get on ourselves for not, right? I haven't thought about it for weeks. So what do I do from here? Instead of getting on myself about that, just resetting and realigning to what I said I wanted to do and why. And maybe now at this place in my life, weeks later, I need something different, and that's okay. So I think also being willing to pivot when we're ready to or need to, and are seeing something that actually would serve us more, or get us there more quickly to what we really want. So those are some of the things I'm thinking about. And then, rituals, we're going to talk a little bit more about that in our next episode. But, having rituals that I designed to help me to stay on that path and to call in that intention, whether that be, daily or monthly, or I come back every year to my vision boards, right? So thinking about that, that's a ritual for me. So sometimes that's a way that I can stay aligned to what my intention is, going back and looking at my vision board or what I set intentions for.
So speaking on staying on that path, is there an offering?
Oh, yes. So, well, yeah, this isn't my first time talking about this. So funny, but I do have a course called Protecting Our Peace. It is focused on helping professionals. So anybody who is caregiving, it doesn't have to be in just your professional life, but it can be in your family. It could be in your friends, right? You might be that friend that is the go-to friend for everybody's needs. But this workshop gives us some tips and strategies on how we can protect our peace as we're taking care of others. And we don't forget, like, we have to be prioritizing ourselves as well, so that that care for others can be as full as possible. And we know our capacities, so we can also be transparent with other people around us. So definitely check that out. I'm going to link that in the description as well if you want to tap into that. It's really juicy and it's full of goodies, and it also comes with a workbook as well. So check that out. But I know you have something as well that the people need to know about.
Yes, tap in, y'all, to the offerings. I also have an offering of self-love journal with our it's a space for you to tap in with your intentions and how you're feeling. There are affirmations, prompts, and freestyle. So it's very, very intentionally made, and the link will also be provided in the notes. Also, I wanted to add, based off of what you said, that part about restarting. Like, it's okay to restart. Like, every day is a new day. You don't have to start on Monday. You don't have to start on the first. You don't have to start. Like, any time can be the starting point. So I really love that you named that part around the strategies to stay aligned and stay in intention and get back into that energy if you feel like you're not being intentional. Like, any time can be the time to lead back to
Restart.
that intention.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And again, we're human, y'all. New stuff is popping up all the time. If we said we're going to do that, and then all of a sudden now this big thing has changed and we're, in the middle of a move, for example, like, that intention might not be, we might not be able to do that in the same way. We might change it up completely. So we're just in flow with what's coming up for us. But yeah, let's get into these crystals, y'all. We always have the juicy crystals to support you in your healing journey. So this episode, we really wanted to talk about how different crystals are good for different intentions. So this is the joy of crystals and working with crystals, is that we can set intentions with these crystals to kind of help us magnify that energy, right? So I want to hear, Larisha, what's your intention right now, right? You talked a little bit about that earlier with, letting go of the criticality and, really being present with yourself. And I want to know what crystal is supporting you with that.
Yeah, so the crystal that has been supporting me is smoky quartz. It's so pretty. So smoky quartz is like a dark or light hue of gray, but it's also transparent. Smoky quartz is a really protective stone, so it supports with that stability in your intentions. It can also support in times of navigating stress or stressful environments. It supports with that grounding energy. It's a really comforting stone, and it reminds you of your inner peace and inner strength. And this smoky quartz bracelet is actually from With Love LC, y'all. So you can tap in with Love LC to get you a smoky quartz and other offerings there. So yeah, smoky quartz. This is one of my daily stones. I wear this stone pretty much every day.
Yes. I love smoky
Yes.
quartz too. And I have a really beautiful one that I feel like is also regularly nearby. It's a good, like, just OG.
One of them ones.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So Kiara, what stone are you using during this time for your intentions?
Yes. The stone I'm using now is Tiger's Eye. Well, wrong way. Tiger's Eye. It's got that, like, shimmery, you turn it one way, you don't see it. You turn it this way, you do. My intention is to be more of the authority and power in my life. And this is the stone for that. It is really all about stepping into your power. It's said to rid our minds of our minds and our bodies, really, of fear, anxiety, self-doubt, and really guide us to harmony and balance. And I'm a Libra. I need that balance to be in my power. I need that balance to be in my authority. I am often, again, that person taking care and being, the person that keeps things together for everybody else. But I really want to be stepping into that more for myself. So I'm using this good old tiger's eye. I brought this little tiny one because this was the one I found first, but it's just so cute. It's so, it feels powerful, even holding it in my hand. And actually, tiger's eye was the very first crystal I ever received in my life. And so for me, it feels like, must be connected to, it feels very clear that that's connected to my journey here, is really stepping into my power, stepping into my authority, and just showcasing that and being okay with it. Yeah. So we want to know from y'all, like, what is your intention? And we can give you some crystal tips if you would like to. So pop your intention into the comments. We'll come and answer if there is a crystal and what that crystal is for that type of intention that could support you. So we would love to hear. And as you all know, we love, love, love Queendom Cultivation as our go-to crystal shop. We get a lot of our stuff there. They have so many things, from necklaces and different types of jewelry, but also, raw and smooth crystals that you can purchase. So we have a discount code for you all, reprioritizing underscore. Why am I having a hard time with that word all the time? _self. Reprioritizing _self is our code. It'll get you 10% off of your purchase. And yeah, go support Black business, Black women business, and get your crystals because they are really helpful for our journey.
Yes, y'all. So now we're going to navigate into our affirmation. So our affirmation for this episode is, I set clear intentions for the life I want to live. I set clear intentions for the life I want to live. One more time. I set clear intentions for the life I want to live. Yes.
Ashe, ashe, ashe. And as you all know, we always have a reflection, some reflection questions for you to journal about and take with you from here. So for this one, we are thinking about this intention, right? So what intention am I committing to this season? And what actions will I take to manifest my intentions? I'll share it 2 more times. What intentions am I committing to this season? What actions will I take to manifest my intentions? What intention am I committing to this season? And what actions will I take to manifest my intentions? So I can't wait to hear what y'all's intentions are. Again, pop them into the comments. We will reply. We will share some crystal options for you to help you in that. But as always, we want y'all to like the video if it resonated with you. Subscribe to our channel if you're not already. I don't understand. Come on, y'all. This is the healing community you want to be in. And share, please. We want to share this healing with others as well. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to see you next time because we're really getting deeper into this earth element, talking about grounding and creating our rituals. So you don't want to miss it. All right, y'all.
Y'all next time.
Peace.